and Mean Jerry Become Friends is the title of a new series of children's books written by a former Madison resident.
Dan Madson spent 21 years as a middle school teacher and basketball coach and now works as an author in Florida. He spoke with us earlier today about the series.
Hi, Dan. Congratulations on the book.
Thanks a lot, Susan. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to write a children's book.
Well, I've wanted to do it for a long time. I've written several other books, but I've never done a children's book. And last year, my 6-year-old grandson, Matt, came home from school and started talking to his mom about two characters named Burgerhead and Mean Jerry. Taking those ideas, I decided to put some of the stories that I used to tell him when I'd put him to bed at night and put these characters in my stories from when I grew up as a kid. So that's kind of the basis for the whole series.
So a lot of the experiences that the characters are experiencing, you experienced yourself.
Yep, it's all the shenanigans that I got into when I was a kid, and all the other characters in the stories are going to be characters that I remember from my neighborhoods when I grew up. So yeah, they're all going to be real characters.
Burgerhead and Mean Jerry they're great characters, great names for those characters. Tell us a little bit about what the story is about.
The first one, basically they become friends, and throughout the entire series, there's going to be kind of 4 themes in all the stories. First of all, that friends accept each other for who they are and what they look like. Personal responsibility is an important character trait. Actions have consequences. And finally, kids should be allowed to have fun and make mistakes. So there's a lot of kids' books out there right now that deal with diversity and bullying and all that kind of stuff, which are great topics. But these stories are going to be real stories based on things that happened to me when I was little.
And very timely for today.
The illustrations are great.
Thanks. I found a very talented artist in Belarus named Veronica. She's done a great job interpreting the characters. I wanted the stories to kind of have a Midwest feel because that's where I grew up, obviously. And I worked on farms in the Midwest from the time I was a little kid all the way through college. So I wanted it to have a little bit of a Midwestern feel. And I think she's done a pretty good job. The second story actually is about what happens on an event that happened with me when I was a kid on the first time I went to a farm. So that's going to be coming in story 2.
Are you Burgerhead or Mean Jerry?
Yeah, some people have asked me that, and I'm not going to claim either one, actually. But in this first story, when Mean Jerry's bike cracks in half, that actually happened to my older sister, Becky, when we were 7 and 8 years old. My dad had bought 2 used bikes for us, and while we were riding them home, her frame of her bike literally cracked in half, and she ended up sprawled on the middle of the street crying. So that was kind of the basis for the first part of this first story.
What has the experience been like writing a book? A lot of people, especially now during the pandemic, are interested in that. What was the journey like for you?
Well, I wrote my first book back in 2005, and I've written several books. One about doing Ironman. I'm an Ironman finisher in Madison, so I wrote a humorous look at the Ironman experience. I've written a book about my wife's business. I've written a devotion book. I've written several other books, but this children's book just kind of happened, I don't know, organically after my grandson started talking about these characters. So I actually started my own publishing company last year so I could republish second editions of my own books and then also help other first-time authors navigate the publishing process. And we've had 2 really successful books so far since the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is wonderful. Is it hard to write a children's book? It seems like it would be very easy, but I bet it's not.
It's not easy at all. And, you know, brevity is always a key. And you have to, choose your words carefully. And with a kid's book, the one thing that I like, that I think I've done in my books, I want my books to also to appeal to adults. In fact, in all these stories, I'm going to include what I call adultisms, where Burgerhead and Mean Jerry talk about the things that adults say to them. And I remember growing up, things that my parents said to me, my teachers, my coaches, my bosses, a lot of them I didn't even understand when I was younger. But in each of these stories, there are going to be some adultisms.
Something for everybody.
That's right. Congratulations, Dan. The book is delightful. We're looking forward to seeing the rest of the series and hope you'll be visiting Wisconsin again very soon.
We'll be up there for Thanksgiving.
Great to see you.
Continued success. Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Burgerhead and Mean Jerry is available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. But if you'd like an autographed copy, go to the website for Dan's publishing company. It's scrivepublications.com.
And it's fun to read.
Yeah, it's a great story.